welcome back to another video. I am filming this for the second time now. I filmed about 3 videos 2 weeks ago and I somehow had the slow motion setting on my phone, so the content was unusable, which was really sad. So I'm here filming it again, and this is just going to be my chatty Q&A, like catch up with me, because I posted on my Instagram just when I got back from the UK if you guys had any questions for me, and so many of you sent some questions in. So I'm just going to catch you up, bring you up to speed with everything that I'm up to at the moment, what kind of like my next few months of life looks like. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I have all the questions up on my phone, and the most asked question by far was, why did you leave Australia? Why are you back in the UK? What are you doing at home? So my plan was to always leave Australia when I did. My visa ran out mid-Feb. I always planned on coming home and wanted to have these few months on the run up to camp based back at home anyway. So if you don't know me, my mum launched a travel business around, I want to say, September of last year, and I then flew straight back out to Australia, so things were very hectic and didn't really give us much time to actually focus on the business and build it the way that we kind of wanted to. So yeah, I always planned to come home just so we could kind of work on that together. I also wanted to do a lot of traveling around Europe, different things like that. My brother comes home next month, which is actually not even next month, next weekend now, which is wild. And he lives out in Melbourne, so he's back for the first time in like coming on 2 years. So yeah, not back in the UK permanently. Don't worry, I am going back to Australia. I fly back to Australia around the start of September is the plan. So yeah, here for what is 3-ish months. But then again, I say here in the UK, like 2 and a bit weeks are the longest time I will be in the UK. My month of March is wild. I can't wait to bring you guys along with me for what I'm up to in the month of March. It's actually insane. And then yeah, I just have a lot of trips planned, some holidays, just spending nice time with like family and friends and stuff. So yeah, that is the update. That's why I left Australia. It's really sad. I am really missing it already. I think the biggest adjustment was definitely the weather. It is so cold back here, and obviously I was in polar opposite weather conditions out in Australia, but no, it is very nice being home, and the weather hasn't been as bad as I expected. Just that it's cold. I don't mind if it's cold as long as it doesn't rain. It's the rain that really I can't deal with. But yeah. Okay, next question is, what are your plans before you go to camp? So like I say, strap yourselves in because this is a bit of a wild one. My month of March is a little bit crazy, I'm not gonna lie. So on Saturday, which is now like the 2nd of March, I am going to Milan for 3 days with my mom, which is really exciting. And then I have about 6 days based at home, and then I'm going to Fuerteventura for like a business work trip with my travel business and like all the other franchise members. So that should be really fun. And then when I get home from there, my brother comes home before that, so that's all like a lot going on between all of this as well. And then I'm actually going to Poland. Me, my mum, my dad and my brother are going to Poland for 3 days, and then we come home, we're going down to Devon as like a big family thing. And then literally the day we get back from Devon, me, my cousin and my brother are going to Amsterdam for 3 days. So the month of March alone is absolutely insane. And then the start of April, me and Summer are planning a little trip. Actually, you probably will know Summer because she's been in so many of my camp videos. We want to plan a little Europe trip together. And then end of April, I'm going on a girls like family trip. We're going to Fuengirola, which is really fun. And then it's looking like now, originally my plan was to go to Vietnam and meet my boyfriend in May, but we've pulled that forward a little bit, so we're doing that end of April now. Honestly guys, literally even me saying this out loud sounds mental, and I'm not at all prepared for how hectic everything is going to be. But yeah, so we're going to go to Vietnam into like most of May anyway, and then I go back to camp at the start of June, which is insane. So those are my plans. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of things like in the UK as well, like seeing friends and doing different things. So yeah, it's a lot, but I'm so excited and I can't wait to like document it all and vlog and do different things. So I'm so excited. Okay, next question is, are you and your boyfriend doing long distance? And yeah, we are, and it is really hard, but like I say, we have our trip to Vietnam booked, well not booked, but planned for like end of April, which is mad to think that's nearly like, I can nearly say it's next month in a few days, which is insane. So yeah, he's still out in Australia, he's doing his regional work and he loves the work he does up there, so he's like more than happy. I obviously wanted to come home to get my head down, work, do some traveling, different things. So yeah, we are long distance, but all is going really well. We're both very similar people in that we're both happy that we're doing our own things, but we still talk all day, every day when we can with the time difference. We FaceTime all the time, and yeah, it's not long until we see each other again. And then I'll go back to camp, he'll be in Australia, and then I fly back to Australia anyway. So it all goes very fast, but yeah, we are long distance. Okay, next question is, are you going to summer camp this year and are you traveling after camp? So yes, I am going back to camp, and as most of you probably know, I am so excited for this summer at camp. I think a lot of people would think the amount of years I've gone back to camp, the novelty would almost wear off and the excitement would subside, but genuinely, if anything, the excitement gets more every year I've gone to camp, and I can't I can't understand how, but I love it so much. But yeah, I am going back to camp this year. I fly out the start of June and then I am traveling after. I am hosting like a little group travel trip. I have said this, I'm going to make a separate video just about like where we're going and different things and how to book on and stuff. So I'll put that in a separate video. But yeah, I am traveling. I'm traveling for, I think it's just over 2 weeks, so not the full 30-day travel, but we're going to do Nashville, which I'm so excited for. And then the group trip starts and then we're doing San Fran, Pismo Beach, LA, San Diego, Vegas, and then I will fly back to New York and then fly home. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but I'm so excited, and I'm excited to be able, like, I'm much more on top of like getting content now. So I think because it's much more in my everyday life now, it feels so much more normal to have my camera, I have my phone out. So yes, I will be vlogging everything as well and taking you along, and oh, I just can't wait. Okay, next question is an Australia-based question. It's, did you move to Australia on a working holiday visa? If so, how did you find work and are you returning? So yes, I did move out to Australia on a working holiday. I moved out there in October of 2022 and I actually had my job set up before I even got into the country, which for me was something I really wanted to do. And it was really nice knowing that I had kind of a job, a full-time job to go straight into. So I signed my contract, I signed my contract whilst I was in Vegas traveling after camp that year, which was insane. And yeah, literally flew out, I think like 10, 12 days later. So yeah, it was a very quick turnaround, but I found my job just on Indeed. I had a connection with this employer from when I was in Australia back in 2019. So yeah, had my job, moved out there, and yeah, I can reapply for my next working holiday visa after the 31st of July, but that's all a big confusing thing. It probably needs its own video, to be honest. But yeah, that is my plan, like I say, to go back in September and then be there for the next couple of years. We'll see how things go, but yeah, I'm so excited and I do miss Australia a lot. Okay, next question is, did you go to uni and did you enjoy school? So I'm gonna kind of group these together just because they're kind of similar. So I loved school, like I had the best time at school. I'm really glad I did what I did though, and I didn't go to uni straight after school. So I had what I tried to say was like a 3-year gap year. It was just me not really knowing what I wanted to do, and I did camp and I just wanted to travel and do different things. Then COVID hit and I was like, right, I need to have something more kind of like steady. I need to actually think about what I want to do long term, and at the time traveling just wasn't possible. I couldn't just go off and leave and do something. So I decided to go to uni. I went to BCU to study primary teaching, which is something that I've always said I'd love to do. I've always worked with kids, so I love that kind of environment. So that was something that I kind of thought, oh, I'll go and do. Did it, ended up dropping out. It wasn't for me. I just realised, for me personally, it just restricted me too much with me wanting to go back to camp and me wanting to go and travel, and placement was a lot, and I already have qualifications to work with kids. Like, I've taught PE in primary schools, I coach gymnastics, so I already have a really good base for like working in those kind of environments anyway. So I thought, what is the point for me personally to go and do primary teaching when I already have kind of a very similar like type of work anyway? So I did end up dropping out. Couldn't go to camp that year, but I did go to Bali. I went to Bali for like 3 months and lived out there then, which was amazing. And then yeah, the rest is kind of history, and then everything all started to fall into place with like camp and then work I was able to do online and different things, and launching my travel business. So yeah, that's my little background on uni and school. I've just realised there's a really annoying light literally like on my face and on my jumper. Is that really like off-putting? Let me try and move over. Okay, I have 2 more questions. One is, where's some places you need to go or are on your bucket list that you haven't done yet? This is such a good question, and for me, there are so many places on my bucket list, it's actually insane. A lot of Australia is on my bucket list. I haven't yet done the east coast of Australia, which is wild to think that I've been there for as long as I have, and I haven't even been to the Whitsundays yet, which is like so high up on my dream of places to go this year. So places in Australia, a lot of the east coast is definitely on my bucket list. Thailand is really high up on my bucket list as well. Vietnam, obviously I'll get to do that. A lot of places in Europe that I haven't been to yet, like Budapest, Prague, Krakow I'm going to. So just places like that I'm so excited for. Dubai is another real big one on my list, which I'm actually doing for New Year this year, which is so exciting, I can't wait. And then places like the Maldives and like Bora Bora has always been on my list, but getting there is obviously like such a faff and so hard. So yeah, those are a few of my places that I am like dying to see in the next few years. Okay, and then last question is a really nice one. It's, if you could recommend one thing for a person to do in life, what would it be? Now, for me personally, I will recommend traveling and doing different things and work abroad experiences and things like I have done, because I don't know, it's just helped me grow so much into the person that I was supposed to be. It sounds so cringy, but genuinely I feel like I have been on the right path and everything I've done has been for the right reasons. And honestly, that all goes back to camp. Camp was the thing that I did first that really helped push me to do different things and want to go move to Australia and travel and do different things and just have such an amazing experience and meet best friends for life and make the most incredible memories. So travel and just experiences like that are so good, and I think it's really good to start with as well. An experience like camp is amazing because it's organised for you, you have a set income, you have your accommodation and food sorted, and you make friends so easily at camp that I think it's a really good starting point for people that want to go and travel. I personally don't think I would have been able to just do the first thing and move to Australia by myself at the age that I did when I did camp, which was 19. I think I'd have really struggled to up and move halfway around the world, not knowing anyone, not having like a steady income, not having anywhere to live. Like, I think that would have been a lot for me to do first, but camp has really given me the confidence to now know that I can do that. But yeah, there's no right or wrong way around of doing anything travel wise. It just obviously depends on how you feel and if you're ready for certain things. But yeah, camp is something that I recommend to everyone, and then moving to Australia has been the best thing I've ever done. But yeah, travel in general I just think is amazing, and you just gain so much from it and you meet so many incredible people, and the memories I have are just unbelievable. Okay, I'm gonna wrap that up here. This is actually so much shorter and better. Sorry, this light is really annoying me. This was actually so much better and more to the point than the first video I filmed, so it kind of was a blessing in disguise that I was recording in slow-mo. Imagine if I've actually done it again. I will cry. It's so hard to check on this camera, this new camera that I've got, what mode you're filming in, because it's so easy to just swap to a new one. So fingers crossed that this one's okay. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.